Murder gang shit, man.
Nah, it's too late, cuz.
Murder gang nation, man. What it do? TJ, what it do? Y'all goons with me right there. We just get it poppin'.
Man. Big T, man.
Same block all day pumping like the ocean, man.
You know we at y'all can catch us on the strip, man. All day.
What strip, nigga? We on the one way, nigga. Ain't no strip, nigga. Hey, all black 9 nigga got an extra 3 clips. Put his ass in line like a fucking solar eclipse. Tons of that weight, ain't no joke, that's what we live. O's of that mud in that fountain drink what we sip. Man, I got that gas, he work past me the lighter. In that back trap, ain't gon' set them streets on fire. Homie very nosy, this nigga must be wired. Young is in charge. Now tell me who's flyer. Benjamin, my partner, and my white boy Andrew. I'm in a position that you little niggas can't handle. Goon scrap crazy. I'm talking no sound off. I'm stacking that cheese on the low. And what? First of all, listen up. It's the youngest in charge. Different flavors, I switch it up. Right now I'm on it. What you call that? Octane.
So basically, what we've been conditioned to do in our society is to see black bodies as bodies and not as people. They're always something to be viewed. They're something to be gawked at, to be gazed at, to be looked at, but only as if it's an object, which renders the body separate from the person. Imagery is and has been and always will be the first and most powerful form of communication we have as human beings. Now, what the power of imagery does is it plays on 2 things. One, perception. Okay? The other is perspective. Now notice I'm splicing perception and perspective. My perception is if I perceive you to be something, my expectation is that you will be it. That's not my perspective because my perspective is much larger. But when you start putting all of these perceptions together, then you end up with a perspective. And that informs your worldview, that informs how you interact with people.
I think that our visual perception of individuals is very important because I think that people develop biases against certain groups based on the way that they look, and I think that's evident in movies today, and even music lends to that perception of individuals these days. Here at Western, in some of the graduate programs that I'm in, we have a heavy focus on international students, and I value that experience a lot. And just looking at someone, you can tell where they're from or what race they are most of the time, but I don't think that that should be something that is held against someone. You shouldn't hold their appearance against them, but I think that visual perceptions of people are very important. For example, in the African American community, I think some of those stereotypes would be, baggy pants or the hats with the stickers on them. And a lot of times people judge African Americans for wearing their clothes a certain way and associate that with a certain negative behavior, but I don't necessarily think that the way that a person dresses or the way that they look defines who they are and whether or not they're a good or bad person.
I get discriminated every day. That's just how that's just how I am. But I'm smart, I graduated from school. But it's just the way you carry yourself, You probably see the police pull up in a minute just because we standing out here like this, you know what I'm saying? They think something going on that's not going on, we just standing here talking to you. But they might think it's something else going on just because of how we look. Black folks be like that too though. Not all just white folks, it be black folks too, We ain't been trying to hurt nobody. We work hard just like everybody else. But that's just how we carry ourselves, you know what I'm talking about? That's just how we raise. Then you ask another question on, how do we feel about it? Man, really, I know what my mama raised me to be, put it like this. You see what I'm saying? See, mama, I ain't come from no bad home. I ain't come from the project. This is how I like looking, you know. This just swag, what they call it, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is.
I think we stereotype just because it's a way to feel comfortable, because if we don't know somebody and we look at them and we have an idea what we should expect, it makes us feel a little bit safer about how to react, because you know, we don't like not knowing, we don't like being scared. So if we have a sense of thinking we understand how something is working, it makes us feel better even if it's incorrect, just because we feel like we have control of the situation.
All of those on-off switches that a culture makes are designed to create another binary opposition, which is us versus them. That is about what we call in anthropology othering, making an other out of another group of people. So it's about social cohesion, meaning the in-group, the us part, and it's about building up basically a kind of communal way of life between people, and also about saying, okay, we're not going to extend that to those people over there. For the most part, it does make sense. It simplifies things somewhat to judge a book by its cover. If you see someone in hip-hop fashion, you probably are going to know they like hip-hop music, right? It's not like they're going to listen to classical music and wear, you know.
But they could do that also.
They could, but I think it's reasonable to, you know, do like you said, you know, make your first guess at what a person's going to be like based on what they look like, but then give them the benefit of the doubt, time to disprove you, you know. Most, you know, a lot of them are going to confirm what you initially thought, but occasionally you're going to be surprised and you're going to maybe like that person more because they had you fooled, you know. I think those are the real special people out there, right? Are the ones that you get to know a little bit more and like, oh, man, I had you all wrong. You're a colorful person. You're sophisticated.
When I see black guys and white guys and Asian guys, if I see any boy sagging his jeans, I want to walk over there and yank his pants back up, because that is stupid. It looks ridiculous. There is no point. If you're gonna be wearing your shorts around your ankles, buy some damn long ass pants. Just buy some long pants, because there's no point.
That swag and stuff, oh yeah, ain't what y'all thinking me, cause it's just a little swag with your what you wear. That's how I put it.
So what they gotta do? What sag your pants got to do with your swag? Cause I done seen plenty of fine ass niggas with their pants up.
I mean, I don't say
like, and they still be fresh as hell. You still be fresh with your pants. And I say, what you want everybody see your ass for? Everybody know. I mean, if your jaw's clean, they clean. If they ain't, then they ain't. Why you want everybody to just see your jaws shit? That's like me walking around with my thong hanging out, like have my thong all the way up here. Like, why you want to see somebody's jaws for? You don't want to be different. Like if you running from the police, you know your ass can't run and your pants out
there. Nah, these pants coming up when you run from the police. I'm like,
you heard me. With your pants down.